The only broadcaster in MLB history to be traded for a player is, of course, the Hall of Fame. New pitcher into the game for Detroit is Chase.
Tigers broadcast. He's part of that 84. Kirk in California. But Kirk Gibson is a Tiger.
He was 0 for 1. Walked in the third. Here's a payoff to Lowe. Sticks the bat head out. Then Hopper to third. McKinstry.
That's out of the second place for McKinstry. Out if you think he'd be safe. I think he's safe. Let's go down as a hit.
Pitches so far. Attempt from Baez. So infield single for.
It hits the dirt.
It's way out in front of
pitching machines on major league fields.
I should walk over there just to watch, see how this argument goes.
That's okay. I'm gonna say.
Harold Ramirez charging here is Green is a big.
So this is a read for Lowe. You can see at the plate. You think he's too much speed, aggressive base running. I love that type of base running. You also have a lead. It's 4 to
Ramirez, who had an infield single in the second, now a single here in the
season, because really it's been a breakout season for him, and the difference is the quality at bats he's having. He's closer to my neck, and they are also closer to my body. And guys, that there was no competition. It's made all the difference for a breakout year for Siri, guys.
You're Siri prior to that home run had just 3 hits.
High, it's at close to 40%. That's a good take. As well as holes in their swing, that's okay.
But payoff to Siri. A base hit. Low jogs
on a little bit. It wasn't the 100% swing. This was the
to their bullpen once again. Plus presented by Chevrolet. Alex Faust, Ryan Spielbergs, Trisha Whitaker down to the. Bo Brisky comes out of the bullpen. Christian Bethancourt. That'll drive in another run.
Originally, Phil Cuzzy calls him safe. Hit arm in left field. Bounces it. He's clear. Serious saying he is.
Go to review.
Well, in the case of Chase and Shreve, he's the error gets turned into a single.
After review, the ruling.
Ted, what's your interpretation?
Yeah, you know, it's incredibly difficult.
All right, Ted, we appreciate that. Shreve, RBI. The only broadcaster in MLB. Bethancourt turns the lineup.
He pitches. It's not like they're picking for one team or another. They just want to make sure they get the call right. With several MVP votes, my guess is he'll end up.
Tampa Bay, even after. They're still second best in the AL over the course of the full season. 4th in 5, 4th in home runs. They've seen their defense here tonight. Look at the season ranks, in part by getting Savali World Series.
Well, Wander looking good, strong throwing arm. Also trusting his tag team partner. The Gold Gloves. I don't know. To think about it. Pull more out.
Bronco down on strikes.
Look at the pitch. So again, this fastball, it's 98 miles an hour.
There's Lau swinging at the first pitch. Brandon Lau, I guess the only couple years. Missed a month this year with a herniated disc. Coming back, still doing a lot of rehab work in the training room. But this injury. Trisha?
Yeah, guys, Brandon from 2020 and 2021. He said he studied it, and I've applied it to. Now, I can't tell you that. I cannot tell you. But are painless. It unleashes the power that you actually have at the plate, and that's what.
Be mad if he heard me say that. He's listed 5'10", 185. Not consistently, you need to be physically well. Your back, your hips.
2 gone, runners at first and second for Rosarina. Bethancourt at second, Diaz at first.
Sliders, curveball. Andy's batting average on fastballs over 95 miles an hour this season, 277 with the.
Now he swings out of his shoes here. 3 runs in the 6th. It is 7-0 Tampa Bay.
And Wade Jay's Reds here with his 18th homer of the season to give Toronto.
Bo Brisky comes out of the bullpen. Christian Bethencourt. That'll
George and Jordan Hicks.
Jake Rogers here at the plate. Tricia.
Yeah, you guys, my bad streak. I didn't have a lot of hits, so I decided to not petition he had about his after are certainly so much better, especially his batting.
The warning track here stays in the yard. I mean, it's
The players aren't superstitious, they're just a little stitious.
really? No, just a little. Kinstreet flies one to shallow left to Rosarina. Quiet night for the Tigers bats. Dip. Tampa Bay 7 runs.
This is throwing tons of strikes, but the defense behind him's working. Split finger, fastball. Like he's getting up and goes. You know, the Astros the last one. Then today you get a career high in innings pitched. They're basically like, surprise! You're a starter now. Somebody.
Yeah, 2-out walk.
Some of the numbers and.
You take a look at his relief outings. Felt like, hey, I could go another one if you wanted me to. And
Which is
on the ground from Veerling. Tough play, Paredes tonight. Great deadline sale lets you follow your favorite players wherever they go for only AAA. Making to work and deals a strike. He's the major league hack from Wander Franco.
70% strikes tonight. Far off to above a pitcher.
Their starting pitching held up just. They average about 4.5. And Paredes lines one foul. Paredes drops into left for his second hit of the night. He is moving on to the round of 16. Inter Miami will play F. What a sensation Messi's been.
Oh.
In the National League. There is a foul ball from Lowe. Tampa Heat.
I think you got them all.
Miami Heat.
Called in and said, hey, it's Nathaniel.
That's great. He'll take a turn, head for two.
Some of the StatCast numbers.
Wearing a mic for us. Torkelson with a line.
Ready for Rodriguez, but Rodriguez.
Give me a homer, like 2 months.
Or Dredge. Sits safely now and fight. Bat is doing better now.
Well, you go, then the main strength and conditioning coach.
Ramirez the uts. Than any extra day.
Brady Williams, who's the third base coach. Josh Lowe to wrap. Just took it.
After a mound visit long ago.
Wearing those, almost a device to keep his hands together to the baseball, then the release. Series 20.
Now he waves it. Siri is in that category. We're talking a lot about the home runs, but
Be darn good.
when you saw the names that he stacks up against in terms of the percent. Well, you were talking about his time shot.
And then too many errors, and they threw.
You're not a fan of Jose Siri? He's my.
Jose Siri used to have dreads. I mean, we went to Arizona. The Rays were playing well after he got the dreads put in his hair, so he shaved it all off. As did Randy Arozarena ring that he wore. It was interesting. Jose Siri had the dread hair for both Randy and Jose.
Well, it's aerodynamic, clearly. As Rogers,
on the
the
side of those fastballs.
9 Braves. That's what it was. Okay. Just want to reach the seats. I mean, they are blasting music. They are more than happy to let it loose. Well, sock to left, RBI double.
The Tampa Bay Rays.
It's time to go right now. Get ready.
Here with you at Comerica Park in Detroit. New pitcher for Nicholson, Carpenter, and Baez for the Tigers.
Game from the very beginning about Littell making sure he's getting almost encourages it. Tomorrow night off the top rope, he did exactly that. He provided the green. Zach Kinstry. He kept him at bay. Kelly's a sinker sweeper. There's that sinker extension when he releases the baseball.
Lau and Diaz remain respective positions. Weak ground ball. Lau. I don't know if you can call it a reconstruction project here in Detroit. Just got to get off to a better start. They actually had a pretty good month of May. We were here when they were on a bit of a heater at the time. So you can't take 1 month or it's out of the hands of Javi Baez. But I think Javi Baez will need a new twig before tomorrow night. Tigers need some bats, period.